9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Are you ready?
We are back with another HeadLock Monday, and I am with two of the sexiest motherfuckers in the land. Oh wow! I mean, that sounded familiar. There's acoustics there. We got Scotty Too Hottie, and we got Tricky Ricky on the ones and twos here. What's up, boys?
Not too much.
I just woke up.
You look like your hair's a mess.
I know it is a mess.
Are you still keeping her smooth?
I haven't scalped myself in like 4 or 5 days.
Oh my goodness! You gotta keep up. You gotta stay fresh and clean, bro.
Man, my hair grows too fast where it does grow.
All right, let's make sure that we are up and running. It looks like we are up and running on Facebook and.
Yep, it's showing up Facebook and YouTube.
We are both. Live. Hey, I hit all the right buttons. Wait a minute now. Let's make sure the right button's hit. I am recording, so that is good.
That's the key button.
So the recording part is for the archives. Whatever is streamed, it automatically uploads and saves to YouTube regardless. So we always have it. People are seeing some new digs here. You can see the hard way symbols bouncing back and forth every time I run my yap. But we also have a new, whoever's talking, it's going to jump to that screen. So we'll see that a couple times during the day. But again, make sure we appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell, follow us. We did pick up a new subscriber over the weekend. Boys, I went to TCW with the intent on making sure that we can left there with at least 20 more subscribers.
How'd that work out?
And it didn't. We got one new subscriber. We lost your pick. There you are. We lost you there for a second there, Scotty. The building we were in for TCW had zero internet. Zero reception. It was out in the middle of nowhere. Actually, I don't even know why they have a fire hall out there because there's nothing out there we're going to catch on fire. So
yeah, I caught on fire.
Yeah. Did you take your headpiece out?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I think that was what was draining my signal.
So we had one little old lady who comes to every ATCW and TCW show. And she's like, "Oh, I like your page." She liked it, so we got it. I mean, wow. Yeah. So we do have female subscribers.
Hey, there we go.
I have a coworker that told about the page last night, so she's supposed to be subscribing too.
Who's the coworker?
It's one of the girls that works in the office in the evenings.
Oh, okay, all right. Single, looking to mingle. Is that what you're?
No.
Okay, I don't know if that you were using hard way as your pickup line. I mean, it will work.
No, she popped in the office and said, "Did you hear Bray Wyatt died?" And I didn't even know she was a wrestling fan. And I was like, "Really?"
You should have said no. No, I didn't hear about that. Tell me all about it.
Apparently, she knows she doesn't watch it like she used to, but she still kind of follows some of the news. So I pulled the page up on my phone for her. So she said she would look into it.
There you go.
All right on. Well, we'll take everybody we can get right now. I want to get to the point where we hate people and we block them. And that's where
I'll get my boss to subscribe just so he can be the first one we do that with.
I wish you would. I wish you would get him. I got some pizza cutter news for him.
Oh God.
So, speaking of pizza cutter news, we just came off a big weekend of All In. AEW's by the way, 81,000 people, right? It was over 80,000 people. Biggest wrestling event pay-per-view in the history of pay-per-view. So that's awesome.
See, I thought Jerry's World in Dallas was a bigger venue.
I believe this place held 90,000. I don't know the Jerry's. What did they have in? Was that a WWE?
They had a WrestleMania in Jerry's World one year.
Really?
But I just always felt like that stadium was a lot bigger than for not football but for wrestling.
Yeah, I feel like that seems smaller compared to Wembley. Because if you notice, huh?
Yeah, but I thought after they add like seats on the field and everything and get the ring set up, that it added a lot more than what it states.
Maybe I don't know.
Well, I heard Tony made all the vendors, all the ring crew buy tickets just to make sure he got the.
Well, he's already announced he's doing it again next year.
Next year, are we gone?
we might be broke after Mania.
We will be broke after Mania. Yeah, because I'm here. I forget who I was talking to the other day. I think it's probably somebody at the TCW show that Ring of Honor runs their Supercard of Honor that same week. Ring of Honor.
Wow.
So we might be going to Supercard of Honor on Friday.
Woo!
This is going to be a busy weekend of wrestling.
Hell yeah.
So we will not be recording that weekend. We'll be recording, but we won't be recording. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it won't be as intimate as this setting.
Us live.
Just this setting right here. So, all right, well, let's get into it. We had All In this weekend, jam-packed card, 9 matches, 12 matches, 37 matches. I don't even know. How many matches were there?
I think we're 9 on the main card and two on the 0 hour.
All right. So let's get into it. I know you guys caught some highlights, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We kicked it off with the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions championship match, MJF and Adam Cole versus Aussie Open. This was actually a really good match. I love the chemistry. First off, Aussie Open is awesome, right?
Very underrated. Very underrated.
I would, if we were going to rank teams, and I'm not even they're not an RH team or RH tag team to me. They're not. They're a main roster, Dynamite, Collision, whatever. They are that. I put them up there with, not up there with FTR, but in that I would put them above the Bucks, or not above the Bucks, but underneath the Bucks. They're not. They don't have the chemistry the Bucks have. There was one point where I don't remember their names. The bigger dude for Aussie Open went to reach over the ropes to grab a hold of MJF and fell into the fucking ring. So it's probably why he's on Ring of Honor, because he did fall into the ring like a dope. But yeah.
Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher. I don't know which.
Thank you. And Mark Davis is the big one. Kyle Fletcher is the little one, I believe.
Yeah, he's the one that's with Sky Blue.
Oh, hell yeah.
Look, son of a gun.
He's with Sky Blue's honey.
I wish I was.
So basically, he's about to turn into the Blue Man Group down there.
Yeah, I hope so.
I would. If I got behind that ass, you wouldn't see me again.
Might not see Scotty.
That's a stretch.
Let's hope. Let's hope it's a stretch. Anyway, enough about Sky Blue's honey. Subscribe to that. If you like Sky Blue's honey, make sure you like and subscribe. Again, Aussie Open, great team, great chemistry. I hope they don't go away, right? I hope this wasn't just like a couple weeks of beating the snot out of people with those titles on, and then they go away for a while. But they do lose the title to MJF and Adam Cole. These guys are the new Ring of Honor champions.
I'm, again, very surprised that they, like, I wasn't sure they were going to do this because I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, yes, it might give them some friction in their world title match later on the night, but, it's more of, like, where did they go with this when they put the titles on them? So I was hoping Aussie Open will retain and they just find another way to put friction into the title match later on that night. But again, they're like from the clips I've seen, and I haven't seen the whole match, but the clips I've seen, there was some funny, good stuff that happened in the match, like and funny, not in a ha way, but in a this is like MJF and Adam Cole had, like you said, Jason, have good chemistry together. So it was definitely a really good, from the clips I've seen, a good way to open up All In. So,
yeah, they came out hot. Their outfits.
Yeah,
we love when tag teams. I hate when tag teams come out and they're wearing different clothes. I hate that. It drives me absolutely crazy. These guys came out the black. I think it was black and gold. I think they were wearing black and gold.
Is that a throw? Like, I didn't even think about it, but is that a throw out to NXT from Adam Cole? Like, hey, black and gold didn't want me, so I'm going to wear black and gold on All In.
Maybe, who knows with these guys? But again,
I was hyped up when MJF hit that kangaroo kick and starts doing that on the ropes.
The warrior swing. I love that. And I was like, oh, dude, somebody's going to have to tighten those turnbuckles after this is over, because he was shaking the shit out of those ropes. Bro.
Yeah, he was. I haven't seen ropes move from that from that thing since the Warrior.
So at the end of the match, so they win. Adam Cole, MJF win the ROH titles at the end of the night. At the end of the match, immediately a face off, because they're already talking shit to each other because they're in the main event. Which we'll get to in a little bit, which was excellent. And we'll get to Ricky's prediction. Damn near came true.
Just about.
So congratulations to those guys for holding. Can we just give them all the belts?
Yeah.
Let's give them all the belts.
So they're gonna do what Omega did, be the belt collector.
Belt collector.
There you go. Give Adam Cole the Ring of Honor world title.
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I'm good with that. All right, so next match on the 0 hour was the FTW Championship. Hook versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry, which is just Jack Perry right now.
He's just Jack off Perry.
Just Jack Perry. And I think Jack Perry has a fucking death wish.
Yeah, he's the wrong guy to be picking spots for with CM Punk, even though I can't stand CM Punk.
Well, he picked the wrong dude. He picked the wrong dude to do shit to. So for those you don't know, a couple weeks ago there was a spot that Jack Perry tried to do on tried to run it through whoever the backstage people were with some real glass. He wanted to do something with real glass. I don't know if it was wrapping it up on his hand, and then end up using that later on. So maybe that's why they didn't use that spot a couple weeks ago. But I don't know what it was, but it had to do with something with real glass. And Punk said, nah, bro, we're not doing that here. And it caused a bunch of shit because, Punk has to run things. So for the 0 hour match, Jack Perry gets out of his limo. This match started off hot. They ended up climbing to the top of this limo. There was a rolling thunder, an old RVD rolling thunder on the hood of this limo. And then Jack Perry looks into the camera and says, check this out. It's real glass. Cry me a river. And then he gets Samoa dropped into this windshield of this car and ends up cutting his arm up or whatever. So definitely a dig towards CM Punk. When I heard it, I was like I was already tired because we had a long night the night before. Didn't get home till like 2:00 in the morning. That woke me up immediately. I was like, oh shit! And wouldn't you know who won the podium? Wouldn't you know who the match coming out right after that was? CM Punk.
Opening card match.
Unbelievable. The opening card match of All In was CM Punk and Samoa Joe. But anyway, Jungle Boy takes a shot at CM Punk. They go on with the match. Hook ends up winning. Hook's been kind of like, he came out real hot when he first came in, and he was kind of dead in the water a little bit. So I don't know exactly what. Scotty went to get a beer, I guess. I don't. Oh,
a cold one, but I think it's for his phone.
oh, he's gonna get his phone packed.
Yeah, his phone's thirsty.
Most people had battery packs. He's got a face pack for his phone. All right, so Jungle Boy, Hook's been kind of dead in the water here for the last couple of weeks, and he wins this. Scotty's going again, and he wins the FTW championship. Do we care about this belt?
No. No, I think Taz only brought it back when he was managing and doing the whole Team Taz thing. So now that he's no longer managing, his whole faction's long gone, this belt's kind of irrelevant. I mean, it's essentially the hardcore title, but how can you have a hardcore title when it seems like every title match is a hardcore match? So
we'll get to that too, because there was a lot of hardcore shit going on.
It's like all but like 2 matches, I think.
Yeah.
To me, though, the FTW title is actually more like the 24/7 title that is just so completely irrelevant. Like, why does it even exist? It meant something when it was on Taz. It meant something in ECW. And the only reason Tony brought it back is because he's an ECW mark and thought, oh, this would be cool. Let's just bring this without having a plan for what that belt was going to mean. Like, if they had done it, they
don't even recognize it. They don't even recognize it. They don't even recognize the belt.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
if
just
they
kind
had
of
taken, if they had taken that belt and put it on, like when they had it on Ricky Starks, if they had waited to put it on Ricky Starks until a little later on, and where let's say he had challenged MJF or CM Punk, somebody who had the title at the time, and lost, but had a legitimate gripe that he could have been the world champion, then you bring the FTW title out, put it on, so you can say, look, I'm actually the champion. I'm the real world champion kind of thing, because, I was the one that should have won that belt that night. And that's how you make a star. That's how they made Taz in ECW.
Honestly, I would rather see Punk carry around the FTW title, calling himself a real champion, than his stupid exact copy of MJF's title. Well, not because MJF has the triple B, but essentially the same title with a fucking spray painted X over it, like he's Hollywood Hogan.
Tony Lowe on Facebook says, "How do you guys feel about a back-to-back AEW pay-per-views?" We're gonna hold on that. We're gonna hold on that question for right now. But yes, we will promise you, Deuce. We are going to we're gonna cover that. Yeah. We're gonna cover it because I'm not happy about
it. Yeah, when it falls behind Payback or ahead of Payback next weekend.
Those motherfuckers aren't going to get any more money out of me. I paid $50 for this pay-per-view. I'm not buying it on Sunday. I didn't have my regular laptop, so I did not, or I would have pirated it. And if I have my laptop, actually, I'll be in bed way before that pay-per-view starts, so I won't be buying.
You won't even make it through match 1 of 15 of the 0 hour.
Not a chance. And I bought the Jamie Hayter all-in exclusive figure. So they got enough money out of me this fucking weekend. It's not happening.
I thought you said you were going to buy the Jamie Hayter blow-up doll.
I already have one.
Can I borrow it?
Yeah, well, they put the blow-up tube in the wrong area. It's weird. I will release that video on how to blow that up. Don't type that into your browser. It won't be on YouTube. So, let me check. Why are you buying it? I know, Randy. I realize. I have a backup laptop that I use for doing different things, and that would have been the laptop that I used, or I would have used to stream it. And my buddy Damien has it right now, because we were still doing some stuff for ATCW, and I did not get the laptop back from him. I was with Damien this weekend. I just did not get the laptop from him, so it's whatever.
He's cleaning Jason's porn stash off that.
Good luck. There isn't enough bleach. There isn't enough bleach for sure. So.
Oh man.
All right. So Jack Perry loses the FTW title to Hook. Hook is now two-time FTW AEW champion. All right, we're going to move on to the main card. I have a list here. I don't know if it's in order.
We
But
know Punk and Joe started the main card.
yeah, so CM Punk, Samoa Joe started the main card. I missed the beginning of this match. I caught the end. I saw him win. I saw Punk win with the Pepsi Splash or Pepsi, whatever it is. I saw that part, but I nodded off because I was whooped. So I did nod off during this, but I missed the clobbering time. So before this match, after Jack Perry leaves, he heads down the ramp. He heads into the back into they don't call Gorilla. What do they call? They don't call Gorilla. What do they call it? Mongo. I think AEW they call theirs Mongo. The Mongo position, which is on the bottom. That's weird. Why would you call it Mongo? Because Mongo was never on top. Anyway, so they head back to Mongo position, and Punk said, "How you like me now?" And it got into an altercation, and there are different reports. I don't know if we're going to get the real report right away.
Perry apparently stepped in front of him and shoulder bumped him.
Bumped him. I believe that did happen because I've heard a bunch of different stories for that.
Which turned into some pushing and shoving and yelling and whatnot.
So supposedly CM Punk choked Jack Perry.
Yes. Hit him and then choked him out.
I don't know about you, but I am finally happy that all those years of MMA, CM Punk finally got to use a choke out on somebody.
Yeah, except he could only beat somebody my size.
Yeah.
Like, if Powerhouse Hobbs came through that curtain and shoulder bumped him.
Not happening. It's not happening.
Punk would not be standing, and he certainly wouldn't be choking Hobbs out. Hobbs would freaking fold him up like a fucking shirt and just throw him.
Yeah, so again, we don't have all the story. We don't know. More will come out. Rusev said none of that shit's true. The whole thing was fake. Whatever you're hearing is not real. I'm sure he's toed the company line. Even Tony came out after on the media scrum and said, yes, there was an altercation. Yes, it's being investigated. And
we'll not discuss it until we further investigate it.
Until we throw CM Punk out again. So CM Punk has been suspended.
Yes.
I did not hear that. You told me that right before we came on here.
Yeah, that was breaking news. I believe that was a PW Insider.
Him
report.
And Jack Perry both.
Both
they sent Perry home.
Well, they sent Punk to the hotel immediately after his match as well.
Yeah. So, again, we don't know how this started, but as much as and it's well documented, I'm not a big CM Punk fan. When it comes to
also threatened to quit AEW.
Yeah, well, that's par for the course for CM Punk, right?
Cry, baby, take my ball and go home because I don't get my way.
Well, I mean, at this point,
it was Fight for Select, not PW Insider.
Yeah, again, Sean Ross Sapp, he's all over that kind of stuff. Again, it's well documented how I feel about CM Punk. A lot of us don't like him. Scotty's a big CM Punk fan. But I'm going to tell you, Jack Perry's out of fucking line.
Yeah.
This fucking guy, I don't give a shit who you are. This whole backstage bullshit, I'm better than you, I'm elite, I run this show, it's absolutely ridiculous. And at this point, I'm not even sure that they're not just doing it on purpose just to create buzz all the time around AEW locker room shit. But if it is true, and Jack Perry should be fired. And he won't be.
No.
Because CM Punk...
He's part of the original crew.
CM Punk should have been fired. Kenny Omega should have been fired. Well, probably not Kenny because he was just protecting his dog.
Yeah, he got paid.
Hangman Page should have been fired. The Bucks should have been fired. What was it? CM Punk's buddy?
Ace Steel.
Ace Steel should have been fired.
Well, he was.
But he came back though.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, I
I believe he's back. Yeah, he's back on Collision or whatever. You don't see him, but he's in the back.
He's carrying CM's ball sack for him.
At some point, as a promoter and as a guy who runs a wrestling organization, you have to put your foot down. You cannot let these fucking guys do this to you. It shits all over your product. It shits on this is why they should have fired him. This was the biggest day in AEW history, bar none.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of the matches might have not been the greatest, but that's just pay-per-view. It is what it is. Right? A lot of matches can't be Tokyo Dome matches, right? They can't be 5-star Meltzer matches, right? But this was in AEW's history. This was the biggest day ever. 80,000 plus people. They broke records. The crowd was great the whole time, and this dickhead decides that in this is the opportunity. Yeah, I guess he said, well, I'm losing this FTW title. I'm coming away with something, right? So at some point, you got to put a fucking stop to all this. Whether it's to fire them all and keep building, because it will. Guys come and go. Hogan left. WWE never died, right? Sting left. TNA or TNT, Impact, whatever they're going to call themselves, tits and ass, whatever they are, still alive, right? These companies will go on, and you will find and you will make a bigger star. If Ricky shows up at AEW tomorrow and they decide they want Ricky Starks, not you, dipshit, to be what if they want Ricky or Scotty to be the number one guy, your promotion will make you that guy. Right? You're only as good as your push. And if you continue to let these guys shit all over your product, why would anybody want to come to AEW and deal with that?
Yeah.
Why would Mercedes Moné, who is in the crowd for this, want to come to the back, want to come to this place that's got all this fucking drama in the back room?
Yeah. Yeah.
I could go make money anywhere. Maybe I don't get paid $1 billion of Tony Khan's money. Okay, maybe I would deal with it then. But anyway, you know what I mean. It's got to stop. It really has to stop. And they should fire. Honestly, I don't know. Again, we don't know the whole story. CM Punk always oversteps his bounds. That's just kind of who he is. I don't know if we're accepting that or what. But you have to set a precedent. And here's why. This weekend, I went to Virginia to a TCW show. Representing AK. You guys know AK. Great. One of the greatest human beings on this fucking earth. Great wrestling mind. This is indie wrestling for those who don't know.
Good. I like AK.
Yeah.
He's I love working with him because I learn something from him every time I talk to him. I might learn that I'm a dipshit, but I learned that something from him every time. And he is willing to build guys up, tear himself down to do it. And that makes a good superstar to me. That makes a good wrestler to me. That you are willing to tear yourself down to build somebody, and that's kind of how it is. I always say, when they're leaving the building, when you're done, when you're retired, you go out on your back. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go out on your back and build that next guy up. Well, they have a guy at TCW or had a guy at TCW that did not want to. He was winning. AK was dropping this belt to this guy. This guy was the next thing, next guy in line. AK for weeks trying to get with this guy. Hey, this is, let's do this, let's talk about this. It's all psychology when you get in the ring. It's all psychology, and it has to make sense, and it's a story. This guy, not even sure if he's trained. Don't know where he trained at. Was not hearing it. He's a spot monkey. He wanted to get in all of his shots. I want to get this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Hey, would you like to do something? Then I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. AK was like, no, listen. We can get all that in, but we have to do it. It needs to flow. It needs to be right. And that's exactly how wrestling is. It's a ballet. It is choreographed. It is it is a dance. It really is a dance. Sometimes it is a hurtful dance, but it is a dance. And this guy was not fucking hearing it. So enter Jonathan Cross. I come up and I shot promos against this guy all week long, like I was supposed to do. Of course, this guy not even close to being on the level of me. You can't talk. You can't run your mouth to me. You just can't, because I will shit on you, everything you say, regardless. So he tried. He kind of leveled out, right? And then he made some kind of comment about the pictures on the wall behind me, and then I destroyed it. Then I completely fucking destroyed him. And so behind me is not pictures of people that I idolize. Behind me are the pictures of guys with success. And success is what you're looking at. He had nothing. Anyway, I can't remember exactly what the promo was, but anyway, I cut him up. So I get into the building. I'm going to say, hey, what's up? Dab him up, because that's what you do. You show up. You introduce yourself to everybody who you don't know, people you know. You say hello to. What's up? What's up? How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. It's a boys club, right? It's a family, right? TCW, ATCW, these locker rooms are families. So he's like, hey, everything was cool. I was like, hey, man, excited to work with you. And he goes, hey, just to let you know, you ain't doing nothing.
Oh, shit.
I said, well, what do you mean I'm not doing anything? He goes, nah, this is between AK and I. I was like, yeah, I know. He goes, I said, yeah, I get it. It's a wrestling match, bro. He goes, no. This fight is between us. So first off, I'm not some mark, right? I'm not some dude sitting in the second row. You're not going to look at me and say it's a fight, because it's not a fight. It's a wrestling match, right? But at the end of the night, it ended up being a fight. But so I was like, okay, well, no problem. We'll talk to. It's not my house, right? TCW is not my home. TCW is a place where I was asked to come to by the owner, KG Red. So it's not my home. So not in my house. I wipe my feet at the door and I hang back and I wait to see what happens. That's just what you do, right? I could have caused a big fucking scene and acted a fool, when tattled, ran to KG Red. You hurt my feelings, but I didn't. I waited. I just saw a thing here. Bray Wyatt was supposed to be wearing a defibrillator, and he wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I hate to see that. Anyway, so AK gets to the building. He comes to me. He's already defeated. AK's defeated because AK had this dream thing in mind, and AK could put a match together with the Invisible Man. AK is excellent at putting matches together and making sense. And he can make them that they're super high end difficult or they're low end, which low end is where you had to be with this guy, because this guy had zero clue. This guy, I actually told Jesse when we left, I was like, this guy's got a lot of potential. He's got a decent look. He's got a decent physique, but up here, he's fucking not there. He's a psycho. So AK walks in the building. He's like, hey, man, how you doing? We dab up, talk to each other, man. I say, hey, I just talked to Superstar. The guy's name is Superstar, by the way. He's anything but a superstar. Super dip is what he is. So AK's like, yeah, let me handle it. So this guy gets in the ring, tells everybody to get out of the ring. And automatically, I'm thinking, this fucking guy, he's making dudes get out of the ring so he can work on his match with AK, which is fine. So he gets in the match with AK. And I immediately, because I'm there to represent AK, I come to the ring because I want to hear what's going on. Because I need to know where my spots are, right? This, and this. After the Hurricanrana, that's when Cross gets up on. I mean, it's a whole. It's a lot of memorization, which I'm horrible at. So I need to fucking pay attention. I can't have anything going on around me. I got to pay attention because I do not. The last thing I want to do is fuck up something that someone has put together, right? I don't want to mess it up, right? And it's easily, you miss spots. You guys have seen shows where guys miss spots and that kind of stuff, and you try not to miss spots. But anyway, So I'm sitting there talking to him, or leaning in, listening. I'm on the apron. He takes AK, puts his arm on his back, and he moves him to the other side of the ring. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I start to move that way. He turns around, pulls him away. I'm like, well, this motherfucker is not allowing me to listen to what's going on. So AK is like, okay, perfect. We're going to do this. And it seemed to be okay. AK was a little disconnected, but he was still trying to make it work. So it got to a point where he said, yeah, I'm going to throw you out. And then, Jonathan, where he goes, no. He's not touching me. I said, dude, what do you mean I'm not touching you? I said, I'm not gonna beat you up. It's wrestling. He goes, you're not touching me. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you've been. I don't know who trained. I was like, dude, first off, you don't need to know who I am.
This guy sounds very fucking unprofessional.
Whoa.
Absolutely unprofessional. Absolutely. I said, and that's what he said, because this is what set it off. Because he said, yo, I'm not a professional wrestler, blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? I've listened to this whole conversation. That's the most honest thing you've said since I've gotten here. You're not professional. So he kind of, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I told AK, I said, go ahead and walk through your match. I'm going to go over here. So I ended up being on commentary most of the night. I did bring AK into the ring. We worked out a spot where I got thrown out of the ring. They got rid of me because they wanted this to be a one-on-one match. They said, Carlos, you're out of here. They tossed me for the ring. So I went out, changed, went back to commentary. So before all this happened, I'm on the other side of the rail talking to somebody, and then I walk over to the rail, and he goes, if you look at me again, I'm going to smack you in your fucking mouth. That's what he told me. Now, he's bigger than me. He's younger than me, right? He probably would have drugged me. He probably would have kicked my ass. Well, I just leaned in and said, here you go. You want it? Take a shot. I'd have threw it looked like Terry Funk match. I threw every fucking chair in that ring at him. So,
Wow.
Anyway, I have a real good sense of when somebody says, if I'm going to punch you in the face, Scott, I'm not fucking telling you I'm going to punch you in the face. I'm going to hit you. I'm just going to hit you. And somebody comes and goes, I'm going to smack you in the face. Well, bitch, you should have did it because now I know it's coming. Why would you fucking tell somebody? Anyway, that's my theory. He probably could have climbed that railing and went after me. I got news for him. It would have been a tough night for TCW if I'd have called the fucking police on an assault charge because that motherfucker would have went. I would not even thought twice because of the way he acted in general. So, fast forward, end of the night. This guy, AK had enough of it. This guy no-sold a bunch of shit for AK. AK's a heel. He's a heel. So when you're a heel, you do heel things, right? So this guy, super shit, was down on the mat, and AK put his foot on his chest to pin him. Didn't get the 3. I guess I pissed him off, Superstar or Super Dick, whatever. Pissed him off, and he did the same thing to AK. Well, that's not a heel. That's a heel thing. That's not a face thing. So this guy, again, not trained, doesn't understand psychology. A dipshit, right? He is a dipshit. This is a mud show fucking wrestler. This is a backyard, barbed wire, wearing plastic fucking belts wrestler. This is this guy. This is a trampoline fucking king.
Yeah, trampoline cowboy.
Yeah, trampoline cowboy. So, anyway, AK, this guy goes to do a moonsault. AK rolls close to the corner. The guy does a moonsault over top of him. Drags AK back to the middle of the ring, climbs the ring again. AK moves forward. He fucked up every one of this guy's moves. And I was like, oh boy, it's going to be on. I know it's going to be on. We're going to be fine. I know it's going to be on. So, at one point, AK rolls out of the ring, calls for the microphone, takes the mic. He said, you know what? I don't need this shit. I'm going to ATCW. I fucking quit. And he threw the belt in the ring and left.
Woo!
Sweet.
And I was like, now I'm on commentary. And I'm with this dude that is with TCW, and I'm not with TCW. I'm with ATCW, right? We were there representing ATCW, which you'll see later on. There, Grizzly O showed up at TCW and got his revenge on KG Red, by the way, which was fucking epic. So AK rolls out, and I'm like, and people are looking at me like, the fuck just happened? I was like, I have no clue. KG, the owner, he's got the camera, he's looking around, he's like, what the fuck just happened? KG, he just quit. He just quit. So now they got a problem. They have no champion. The champion quit, walked out. The referee never counted him out, which wouldn't matter because you can't lose a title on a count out.
Mm-hmm.
So now the title's vacant, and that idiot doesn't have the fucking title. Which is, if you're smart, you fucking know how to play the game. So that dude doesn't have the belt. AK rolls out and quits, and then the shit hit the fan later on. I went and caught up with AK before we left. And, he kind of told me, he said, I've had it. I mean, I tried to work with this fucking guy, tried to make it work, and he's no-selling me. And he said, I fucking slammed this guy as hard as I could. And he did. He dropped this fucking guy on his neck like 3 or 4 times. He went for a pin. He wrapped him up super tight for a pin. Yeah. So it was going to break off. And then when we were leaving, there was arguing and pushing and shoving, and, we left. We were like, see you later. We're out of here. Because the guy's a fucking psycho, and you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't know. So we got out of there. I don't know that it ever came to blows. I don't think it did, but anyway. Yeah, so, So back to the Jungle Boy thing. Shit like that is fucking just ridiculous, and Jungle Boy needs to be fired. If it was Jungle Boy that started this shit this time, you have to. I don't care who he is, who his dad was, who he's a trust fund baby, whatever it is. I don't give a shit, because you are only as big as your push. If he's that fucking awesome, send him to NXT. Right? He could use the work anyway. So anyway, we're only on a 0-hour match. So anyway, so I'm all for getting rid of Jack Perry. So. Let's look at the comments here real quick. Let's look at the comments here real quick, because I'm sure there's 1,000 of them. CM Puke and the Drama Queen. That story breaks my heart. Yeah, and sounds like Roid Rage head. He wasn't a huge dude. It wasn't Roid Rage. It was Idiot Rage. That's all it was. And Deuce Donatelli, longtime ATCW wrestler, semi-retired, wink wink. Yeah, it does. It does break your heart, because Tony, you know how much heart and soul and blood, sweat, and tears goes into writing one fucking show, and then to be on the show and in the ring and making sure everything runs the way it's supposed to run. You understand how that goes, and it is absolutely heartbreaking when you have a guy that pretty much steps on your dick. So, and that's what Jungle Boy did. So, as far as I'm concerned, he can fucking go home, him and Andrade, and get the fuck out. None of this bullshit. And CM Punk, get the fuck out too, because you're part of the problem. But anyway.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And Tony Khan's the biggest part of the problem, because he has no sack and he won't do anything about it. It's inmates running the asylum.
Yeah. Now, I will proffer one other solution to this issue. All right. And you guys may disagree with me, but here's what I say. If Tony Khan was any kind of a man at all, he would employ the Bill Watts strategy. All right? Put the two guys in a room, put all the other wrestlers around them in a circle, say, you two fight it out until you figure this out, and when they finally blow themselves up, and it's whoever wins stays, whoever loses gets fired, and then after that, take the person who wins, throw them out in the ring, and be like, now you're wrestling another 35, 40-minute match after you've been blown up fighting this other guy. Pull the Bill, again, if Tony had a...
Yeah, so when you do that kind of stuff, though, you take away from other people, right? This is not about... This show is not... This is not the CM Punk Jungle Boy show for 4 hours. It can't be. You can't do that. You need to remove the issue. The issue.
Distraction.
If you and I go into a back room and beat the shit out of each other, and just say you beat my ass, I still don't like you. I'm still not happy with you. You can go fuck off. You can just fuck off, Scott, and we'll fight again. We will. And vice versa. If I beat your shit out of you, you gonna want to hang out? You gonna be like, that was a good fight, dude. High five. No, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. That's old school shit. That's old school cowboy shit. These guys aren't cowboys. These are Barbie girls. That's how it is.
Maybe a good fight like that'll teach
Barbie's bigger than Jack Perry.
Say it again, Rick.
I said Barbie's bigger than Jack Perry.
Yeah, and more of a crotch. No, I don't think that's the way to go. I don't think putting them in a room and having them beat the shit out of each other, it doesn't help anything. And this is the day and age where you can't have that kind of stuff in the workplace. I mean, you just can't. Like this, I know it's wrestling. It's predetermined.
It's just a huge distraction, and it does nothing for the morale in the back room.
What are we talking about today? 80,000 people plus?
Yeah, exactly.
Are we talking about that? No, we're not.
No.
We're talking about two little bitches fighting.
Yeah, but it does nothing for your back room to see these guys basically shooting shots at each other and then going at it, and nobody's really stepping in to diffuse the situation. Like, your boss is nowhere to be seen. There may have been a confrontation, but we're investigating it. We've got to find out the details. Motherfucker, you should have been there. Like, you should have been one of the first people there trying to break that shit up and put people in their damn places.
Bring back wrestling court. Bring back. What was that thing they used to do in the back of WWE?
Yeah,
wrestlers court. Bring them back. Again, it doesn't set a precedent, and it doesn't. We got a lot of young guys in AEW, right? There's some veteran guys. The veteran guys could be some of the veteran guys.
Tony Lowe says he would do a Bischoff idea, and controversy equals cash, and he would build a Perry versus Punk feud. I mean,
yeah, but you can't those two guys work in the ring together without it becoming ridiculous.
I mean, you had Matt Hardy and Edge do it after the whole Lita situation, so it's not saying it can't work, but it's just a different situation.
Every pay-per-view would have a CM Punk main event then.
Yeah, that is true.
So
he'll be wrestling. He'll be taking shots at Anna JAS next.
All right, well, let's move on here. We had Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, Kota Ibushi versus Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Konosuke Takeshita. Another match that I was in and out of, didn't get a chance to watch it all. I do know that Takeshita is amazing. Like, this guy's really good. I really like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot of potential. I wish they had more main eventers for him to work with to kind of keep building him higher and higher. So, but yeah, no, Takeshita's definitely got something.
Are you saying Kenny's not a main eventer?
Yeah. He's a main eventer of what? I have no idea.
Oh, Kenny Omega's in the top 5 in the world in wrestling. Yeah. He's really good.
He's amazing.
Yeah. They also had another guy in the top 5. We'll all spray on this card who we'll get to, which he was fucking amazing. Anyway,
yes.
I got this match wrong. I picked Kenny Omega and Hangman Page to win this match. But is Juice Robinson on something besides?
I think so.
Besides, what's her name?
Tony Storm.
I mean, he is out of his fucking mind, bro. Did you see their entrance?
Yeah, he's fucking juiced.
He is juiced. He's a card.
Did he bring out the cardboard cutout of Jay White?
I didn't see cardboard Jay.
I saw a backstage clip after of cardboard Jay, and I thought they came up with some name for it. They called him Card something. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, no, I don't think Cardboard Jay made an appearance here, but he didn't need to because they had it.
White was there.
Cardboard White. Sounds racist. Anyway, Juice Robinson, the Golden Showers win this match. So
No, it was
No. It was the Golden Showers lost this match.
They lost this match?
Yep.
Oh, you're correct. I picked them to win this match. I picked them to win. Kenny Omega won this match.
No. I was thinking Golden Elite as the Golden Showers. They lost.
Jay Robinson then won this.
Robinson.
Jay White won this match, right? Then they won this. They won this, right?
Yeah. To catch the all one.
Yeah. Okay. I thought so because I think I picked Omega, Page, and Ibushi to win this match.
Yeah, I picked Bullet Club Gold and Takeshita. So,
gotcha. Okay.
One I got right on that
one. We had a. I'm going to jump around here because some of these other matches are kind of trashy. AEW World Tag Team Championship match, FTR versus Young Bucks. I got this wrong.
Yeah.
I had the Bucks. And this was against my better judgment because Scotty, you lead me towards the Bucks because the Bucks threw their whole family over to Wembley, and because they work for the company. And Young Bucks are never not losing over at Wembley. Well, God darn it, they lost.
I can't explain this, dude. I don't know what I don't know what they.
We should have knew this by now. Scotty's never right.
Yeah.
Sting never loses. Scotty's never right.
I don't
Death,
get
taxes, and yoga pants. Things that don't lie.
That's true.
I'm still in shock about it because I, honest to God, thought the Bucks were going to go over FDR on this. And when I saw the results, my brain exploded. I was like, wait a minute, hold it. They actually put FTR over. How? Why? What? Are we in Bizarro land or something? So, I mean, I'm happy that they won, but I don't know what the angle is on this.
I think the Bucks. I think the Bucks let them win this time so they can win the ROH titles on Sunday from Adam Cole.
But what does that do for them? That's the secondary title.
Who cares?
It's transitional. Also, they can get it back to the Hartley boys that can barely stand up anymore.
Oh God, they're horrible. All right, so we have actually not a bad match. Not as good as the last time they wrestled.
Yeah, from what
definitely not as good as the last time, and when FTR faced Juice and White. So
the clips I saw, I think their second match was better between. I'm trying to remember, was it the first or second? There was one.
First match was the Daly's Place, no crowd.
So there's the second match because it's the one that had the crowd with it. The second match was definitely, I think, the better of the three, but for what it was, from again the clips I've seen of it, it looked like it was pretty good. I mean, it's Young Bucks doing their thing, but at the same time, they did let FTR get some of their stuff in. So it's like, all right.
No, they got all their stuff in. There was a lot of false finishes. I did like the tribute to Emi Sakura that the Bucks did.
One of them came out with a Freddie Mercury mustache.
Well, yeah, they both came out dressed as Freddie Mercury.
But did they actually have the mustache?
No, they didn't have the mustache.
Did they have
they were just like Emmy. They were just like Emmy.
They're not quite men yet. They can't grow facial hair.
I don't know. I get the whole whatever. That's cool. But the whole when they come out, it's like I don't even know what this is. I stepped on my balls. Look at me.
They're trying to be Shawn Michaels, but they can never do the HBK stuff. Like it just they're trying to bop around like Shawn did, and it doesn't work.
Next ATCW show coming out of the back.
And then you go back to the back room having torque.
After I get thrown out.
Yeah.
Or punched in the face by a bum referee.
Hey, you know what? Brandon did his job that night, and I was so happy.
Finally did his job. I was all over him again at TCW. Every time he walked out, I was shit all over him. So.
My favorite moment was was it Evan that super kicked you over the top rope and out of the ring?
Yes, yes, Ricky.
That was well.
I enjoyed that.
Well sold. Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well deserved. Well deserved super kick.
It looked good. It looked good.
Hey, it felt horrible. All right, so FTR, they hold on to the titles. Where we here? We had
The Stadium Stampede.
Oh my God! Do we have to talk about this shit?
The only thing I want to talk about is when Penta stuck those fucking skewers in Moxley's head, and those things stuck in there. It looked like it drove the top of his head like into a hump, and he stood up, and I thought spaghetti was coming out of his face.
Have you seen this yet, Scott?
Yes, I saw the clip, and I was like,
that was gnarly.
Okay, he did this on the indie scene. There was a match about a month or two back where he had skewers coming out of his head. I was like, when I saw him pull the skewers out of that bag, I was like, they're not going to do this at a Wembley show. Why? Why would you do this? And they proceeded to do it. I'm like, oh no. Like, yeah, no, I like garbage death match. Like he's a fan of the bank addicted drug robber Nick Gage, and so yeah, I don't. Mr. Pizza Cutter.
Great gimmick, by the way.
I get that he likes doing that stuff, but on a show like Wembley, like, can you just do some wrestling, like, and not have foreign objects sticking out of every part of your body?
Not a chance in a Stadium Stampede match. This
not a chance in a Moxley match.
They didn't have enough cameras to cover this match. They were fucking everywhere. They were in the bathroom. Penta went and changed clothes. I guess he pissed himself or shit himself at some point.
Did he do the Matt Hardy ice machine clothes change?
No, but that would have been awesome. That would have been a good callback if it didn't. And then right after that, fall off of a forklift and smash your head into the fucking ground. They were. I mean, they were one of the cool spots. We got a Superman swing, right, from the Cesaro swing. He did it 20 plus times.
Well, Orange Cassidy, I mean.
Yeah, well, he weighs 12 pounds, but
yeah,
I think he could have done that to anybody, honestly.
That's true.
This was Superman.
He did it to Jericho on top of a cage.
Hold on a sec. So does that mean that Orange is now shaken orange or stirred orange juice? They stirred
yeah.
He swung the pulp out of him.
He got a lot of color in this one too. Orange was not orange; he was red. I mean, it was definitely interesting. This match was all over the place. I hate the Stadium Stampede stuff because it's a lot to watch, a lot to figure out what's going on. It's just a bunch of dudes bleeding all over each other and sweating all over each other. I mean, if I wanted to do that, I'd go to my gym.
Yeah, everybody in that match all got hepatitis C. So.
Oh, absolutely.
So they've done run through the hepatitis alphabet.
Yeah, I would love. I might change my profile picture to John Moxley with those skewers hanging out of his head. So that was gross.
Really quick. So you said orange was he wasn't orange, he was red. So we're gonna change his name to Strawberry now.
Strawberry, yeah, Strawberry Cassidy.
Grapefruit juice.
It was ridiculous.
I'm sure. Like I saw some just different clips of different stuff that went on, but that skewer thing was the talk of town, I guess you could say, not in a good way, but yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to some better actual wrestling.
Who won that?
The
Kingston.
Yeah, Eddie.
I'm joking. Right, but who won it? I mean, it's just. I think it was everywhere. Everywhere. Okay, we have AEW World Championship Women's World Championship. Easier for you to say. Hikaru Shida. Four-way. Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker, Saraya, and Toni Storm. Did we just see the breakup of the Outsiders?
Outcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think so because Tony took a shot at Ruby in the middle of the match, I believe, and then Tony also jacked Soraya's mother at ringside.
Well, that's how it started. It started out with Soraya's mother. They were first. They brought them to the. I think they brought them to the ring. I missed the entrance part, but there was a lot there. With the whole family was there. All Soraya's family was there, and there was a point where Soraya's mother was holding
Britt Baker.
Britt Baker. Was it Baker or Sheeta? One of them. I think it was Baker. Yeah, it was Baker. And Tony went to hit Baker and hit Soraya's mom instead. And it just started a melee. Her mother was trying to come over the railing. I mean, it looked really good.
It looked good. They were holding her back, and
this was a Karen Jarrett moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
sold very well.
Yeah, it was awesome. So she popped her. When she hit her, she kind of just rolled her eyes back in her head and dropped back in the seat. She took a little bump. So
it looked good.
Yeah.
Isn't her mom or wasn't her mom a professional wrestler over
They
there?
both are. Her mom, the dad, all the brothers, Saraya, they all own their own promotion over in some small. Have you ever seen Fighting with Your Family? Fighting with My Family?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's about her family. She was saying she actually I saw her on the media scrum, said she was possibly there might be a second one coming. So. But she just got done writing a book. She was dealing with that kind of stuff. So Soraya's mom tries to come over, and they cut to Soraya in the ring, and she goes, and then we're like, oh shit, it's over. So she gets out and she's looking at Tony Storm, and she's like, kind of whatever. They grab Tony Storm, or grabs Britt Baker, smacks her around a little bit, throws her in the ring. Tony Storm hits the Storm. What's her move where she slams her ass? Storm's here.
The hip attack or whatever.
Oh, I'm telling you, when she hits that thing, it is absolutely devastating.
Yes.
I
don't know how Britt didn't have fucking whiplash from that.
She hit her, and then they had her out. Saraya and Tony went for the pin at the exact same time, and they set up and said, "Wait a minute, we talked about this. I'm gonna. Yeah. No, you're gonna. No." And then they go for the pin again, and they sit back. I'm like, "Come on, no, I'm supposed to." I'm so, like they were arguing back and forth, and then Saraya pushed her.
Side note: do you think that's why Juice Robinson's forehead's pancaked that big because he keeps getting those hip attacks?
I hope so. I hope so. So, anyway, then they kind of get into a little bit of an argument, and I guess Tony blasts Saraya, puts her in the corner, getting ready to hit her with a hip attack, and then here comes Ruby Soho to say, hey, she says, hey, she's got a bad neck. Don't do that. Don't hurt her. And
Tony jacks her.
Tony hit her. Tony hit her, put her down. Ruby rolls out of the ring and leaves for a minute. And then
there was the next spot was when Britt super kicks Tony and she falls onto Saraya, and the ref starts trying to pin her too, I believe. And she gets to it too, and when Saraya kicks out, she's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. There was a lot of back and forth here. Obviously we've seen the breakup of the Outcasts, so but
thank God.
Nice little finish there. Saraya wins the title. Good little pop from the crowd. Lots of streamers. By the way, the streamers hung on top of the. It was bothering me because they were hanging from the lights or whatever above the ring, and you could see them coming to them like a cat trying to grab these things. Yeah, that's what it was. So Saraya wins the women's heavyweight title, which is pretty cool. But we started to say this in the beginning. So Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks was in the crowd. Didn't look like she had a lot of money because she was sitting in the cheap seats. Like she was like where we're sitting for Mania.
She didn't buy the cheeseburger combo meal that came with the free ticket that Tony offered. So
we'll go ahead and break some news here. If you guys don't know, they did mention that she was still in a walking boot, but today Fightful Select said that she's cleared.
And there are talks between her and Tony Khan about an AEW appearance and or contract.
This Sunday.
Ooh.
Yes.
All out.
Yes.
Saraya versus Monet.
I don't know that we're gonna get that yet.
It's too soon for that. They got to
We're
build it.
gonna get a Mercedes because they want to run this back. They want these two
the whole
to
neck broken thing.
yeah.
So they're gonna use that as building fuel for the match.
Yeah. So
Cat's trying to have a match with me here.
About this cat and mouse game that you got going on with your cat there.
Well, the fat bastard's trying to get in on the screen. He's creeping closer to the TV.
All right, we got two more matches. This next we had a coffin match: Sting, Darby Allin versus Swerve and Christian. Sting never loses, and we knew that was going to happen. But this was one of the better matches of the night.
From what I saw, it was definitely a pretty good match. Darby is an absolute psycho.
I'm not dead. Like, it's a good thing they had a coffin out there because he probably was good. He's going to end up in it.
Yeah.
Darby took a coffin drop from the top rope onto the hood of this coffin. Now this coffin doesn't give, and it's got like a little raised thing in the middle. He landed on this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's how Shawn Michaels broke his damn back.
I don't know how he's not like. I just don't know.
The shit he did when he was handcuffed.
Yeah, no, he did this multiple times where he threw himself off the top rope. He was taped. I think they duct taped his hands at one point. He was jumping off the second rope.
Rope, doing moonsaults, and then he does a tope with his hands behind his back, and it looked like he landed on his head almost, or kind of did.
He lands on his head and lands on the steps. This coffin drop. I mean, I just don't know how he's alive. And then he is inspiring young wrestlers like Sting to do the same shit.
Yeah.
There was a spot where Swerve was on the table.
Yeah, it took two jumps to get him.
Two jumps. Sting jumps off the apron onto the back of poor fucking Swerve, and the table does not break.
Yeah, it's like it cracked.
So what does Sting do? Sting
gets back up on the apron again.
Actually, wasn't sure if Sting knew where he was because he walked up the steps. He climbed into the ring. He climbed back out of the ring onto the apron, and then he did a sit down on the back of Swerve. Yeah, you call it a leg drop, but his ass went in the middle of Swerve's back and broke this table. So
I think the 1990 Sting flashed in his brain, and he was probably thinking about climbing the top rope, and then the 2023 Sting came back and said, "No, you old son of a bitch, you're going to kill yourself for real this time."
I like Joker Sting better than any Sting ever, right? He's my number one Sting is the Joker Sting. So this iteration of Sting is just he's on it. Like Sting is. I hope he never goes away. But he tried to kill Swerve. He tried to kill Swerve, and then towards the end of the match, They beat up Sting real bad, which didn't take much because he's 90 years old. But they threw him in the coffin with the bat. Swerve goes around. You can see it coming, but Swerve comes around and goes to shut it, and then Sting sticks the bat out. Keeps it from closing, which we're going to get a controversy here in a second. So doesn't shut. So they open it up. They punch Sting a couple more times. Sting fights out of it. They're back into it. Spin around, beats up Swerve. Swerve's in the casket. They go to shut the casket. Swerve puts his hands in it. They're smashing. Sting jumps on the casket and smashes his hands. What kind of hate? Does he hate Swerve?
I think he does.
He tried to kill Swerve. He tried to kill Swerve. I swear to God.
Swerve owed him frames, I think. So.
All I know is Swerve is not going to be there on Wednesday. There's just no way. There's no way.
Yeah, Swerve will be at his house.
I just don't like. He tried to kill him. So they beat after they
in a body cast.
After they sever Swerve's fingers. Oh, there was a spot where Darby pulled out his jacket with the thumbtacks on it and gave one to Sting, and then they ended up hitting Prince Nana. Right? Didn't they hit Prince Nana with the thumbtack jacket?
I can't remember if I saw that clip or not.
That was earlier in the because he comes down with Swerve.
Prince Nana sounds like a fucking Disney movie.
I like him though. I like him. He's got great gear. Didn't get it from Amazon.
Jonathan Cross inspired.
Nah, I mean maybe he's seen some of my stuff. I don't know.
That's our guy. He's coming out on Wednesday night in the gold suit with the light up shoes.
He better not. He's no golden vampire. That's for sure. I'm the golden vampire. So at the end of the night, Swerve is in the coffin. They go to shut the coffin, and the coffin shuts, but Swerve's hair is still hanging out. So if you ask me, the match is still going on.
I think the match will be going on for an eternity.
Yeah. So let's check
just
out.
Just make sure I get all 9 points for that match.
Oh, did you put 9 points on it?
Damn right, Sting never loses.
Yeah, we all put all of our money on the Stanger. All right, last match of the night is
the trios.
Did we forget the trios? Oh, there's a reason why I was probably trying to forget the trios.
Well, we knew it was going to happen anyway. So
Badass Billy Gunn is back, and we know Badass Billy Gunn is like Sting. One night only. He's like Sting. He's never going to lose. So the Acclaimed Badass Billy Gunn. A little disappointing to wrap that Max Caster. Yeah,
I was too.
It was very short.
I made a point to search for that, and as long as that ramp was, he could have did a couple extra verses.
Well, I think he was watching to make sure Buddy didn't come flying out of the ring and smack him in the fucking mouth again. That's what happened last time. Buddy come flying out of the ring. So
another Dirty Dom reference.
This match was pretty hard hitting, like normal. As big as Brody King is, when Daddy Ass steps up to him, he just looks like a normal wrestler, right? Billy Gunn is a monster.
Yeah, I want to know what that guy is on, and I want to get on it because that dude is like
Brody King reminds me of Captain Spaulding.
Yes, well, I always I wonder if the black community gets mad because he's in blackface. He's blackface and a white beard. He looks like a gorilla. He really does. He looks like a silverback gorilla.
Yeah.
Scary. Brody King's already a scary fucking dude with all those. He's got less skin than ink, right? He doesn't have any skin. It's all colored. But then he paints his face. He's a fucking freak. But anyway, the Acclaimed take these trios titles, and the House of Black hand the trios titles over to Daddy Ass.
I didn't see, but who took the pin? Was it Buddy?
I think it was Brody. Brody took the pin.
Brody. I had my money on Buddy.
They hit him with the Famouser. They hit him with the Macho Man elbow, the mic drop.
They also gave Julia Hart the Scissor Me Timbers.
Yeah, they did. I
think I would have did the old Bubba Ray diving headbutt at that point.
The what?
Yeah. Thank you, Scotty. I knew you'd get that reference.
Yeah, no. If there's anybody to do the what's up to, it would definitely be.
Yeah. I hope she had tuna fish in her crotch like Mae Young.
That will still be one of my favorite Bubba Ray stories.
I love that story too. All right, moving on to the main event, we have MJF versus Adam Cole. We've all been waiting for this. What is going to happen? Are these guys going to finally break up? They don't break up.
Nope.
They told a hell of a story. They pulled all sorts of shit out. I love the Eddie Guerrero spot where they're just tossing the chair back and forth, and then Adam just lays down, holds his head, and MJF's like, all right.
Yep, sticks his head in the chair,
casually lays down.
MJF kind of stands up and is like, "What the fuck?" And then the referee comes to, and he's like, "I didn't do that. I didn't do that." Right?
How many times was Bryce Remsburg knocked out in that damn match?
At least 3 times during the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took a lot of. There was a lot of rep spots in that one. So, which is usually happens in an MJF match. If you're refereeing, you're just gonna know that you're getting a spot or a 6. So. Ricky caught it. If you guys did not see the show from Monday, Ricky said, "Wouldn't it be great?"
It was my what if swerve.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great if these guys
with a double clothesline,
and these guys
one arm, a double 3 count, and they would end up co-champions. Unfortunately, the co-champions thing did not happen, but I did call the other part.
I called Wyatt because I couldn't remember who said it. I called Wyatt, like I was on the phone immediately. I said, "Are you watching this shit? You were right. You were right. They're going to be co-champions," because at that point they didn't figure out what they were doing yet. And he goes, "I didn't say that. I don't remember. I think Ricky said it." I was like, "Shut up." I remember somebody saying it, but yes. And I was like, Please be co-champions.
I rose up out of the bed like the Undertaker when that spot happened. I was like,
so great. So MJF says Adam Cole says, give me 5 more minutes. And Adam Cole says, no, we're going until we have a fucking winner in London, or Wembley. So lots of spots where they're roll up.
Roddy Strong comes out and
Roddy Strong,
in the dick.
Roddy Strong is a fucking mess.
Adam Cole hits him with the boom. He tells Adam Cole to hit him with the triple B, and Cole doesn't do it.
And I'm your best friend. He's screaming this. So Roddy was kind of funny here. So
yeah.
MJF leans into his shorts at one point, goes to pull out the diamond ring, tucks it back onto his shorts, and Jesse was like, "Guys, where was that ring at?" He's up to his elbow in his shorts trying to get this.
She's like a thorough crotch investigator.
She really is. She's Matt Cardona's crotch and Adam Cole's crotch, or MJF's crotch. Yeah, this. So that wasn't the head of MJF's penis.
He had to remove the yarmulke off of it.
So anyway, there was a spot out on the commentary table, which we don't get a lot of that with AEW because most of their commentary tables are away from the ring. But there was a tombstone power driver that MJF was going to go to, but then he didn't want to do it. There was a lot of spots where MJF didn't want to do something like with the ring or that he did not want to ruin their friendship.
The brain buster Cole did to him on the steps. Wow. That looked fucking painful. Like, how do you even that just boggles my mind how they can do that without killing the other person.
Just do it. Yeah, you just do it. You protect their neck, protect their head. You just do it. Do as much as you can.
It's such a small spot to hit the landing, and it's got to be perfect.
These are professional wrestlers, man.
That's true.
They probably work on it. They probably have blow-up steps that they work on. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so but MJF said, or Adam Cole says, no, I'm going to hit the tombstone. He hits the tombstone on the commentator table, and then they're in the ring. And actually, I don't remember how this ended.
I don't either. I
don't know what I blinked or whatever, but MJF ends up holding on to this title. Adam Cole is beside himself. Then there was a nice little spot at the end where, Adam Cole or MJF was like, I got lucky, right? And he's trying to talk to him, and then he said, wait a minute, this wasn't about our friendship. Now MJF is super baby right now. Like, he's super baby. And he's explaining to Adam Cole that, this was, well, you're trying to tell me this was we weren't friends? This was about this title? And he goes out, he gets the Ring of Honor, he goes, we still have these titles, and Adam Cole throws the Ring of Honor championship title away. And then that's when MJF is like, hands him the Triple B and says,
go ahead, do it.
Just do it. Here comes Roddy again. Roddy Strong, right back down to the ring. Do it! Do it! I'm your best friend! Do it! That's my...
I think my cat heard your screaming through my headset.
So did my dog. My dog's up here nosing in the door like, well, you okay in there? So Adam Cole does not hit MJF. They hug it out in the middle of the ring, and that's how it pretty much goes off, that MJF is still the champion, which...
And they are the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions.
So...
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so there you have it. That was your all-in, boys. If we're gonna grade, I know you guys didn't get to see the whole thing, but go ahead, give it a grade if you can. We're not gonna grade each individual match. I thought most of the matches were fairly decent on this card. I don't know that there was a match that really wasn't that good. Even the women's match.
Well, from what the clips I saw, I'll give it a good solid B plus. If they would have just did the co-champions angle like I had originally called, it would have been A plus hands down. I don't care about anything else.
You know, a match I just realized a match we missed was the Jericho Ospreay match.
Oh yeah, that was actually a pretty decent match.
That was to me that was the match of the night.
Match of the night, yeah.
Yep, to me that was the match of the night. Ospreay slowed down just enough for Jericho to keep up and look good. Ospreay, man, they got to sign this guy. They got to sign this guy.
He said in his promos his New Japan contract's about up.
Yeah,
in 6 months, I believe.
I don't know how he feels about being over here in the States though, so we'll see. But
money talks.
Money does talk. He's got a stepson that he's trying to put through school. He said the night before, Ospreay had an indie match at XP Pro or XPC or whatever it is, and
came out with
showed up
mask on and jumped him
from behind. It wasn't the Golden Vampire, but it was close enough. Jumped in, beat up Will Ospreay, and told him not to show up. And
it was a cross between a lucha libre and a nighttime robber.
Even Ospreay's outfit coming to the ring, the white, the British flag, or the Australian flag, or wherever he's from.
Flag.
When that figure comes out, I'm buying it.
Yeah, it was good.
It was legit looked awesome. So but yeah, that was so Jericho at end of the match. A lot of I think Jericho kicked out of which Ospreay's finisher.
I can't remember the name of it now.
I can't either. But he hit it like twice and he kicked out both times. And then
Jericho hit a hell of a code breaker on him from a rope jump.
And he kicked out of that. So Ospreay kicked out of that. So
they put on a hell of a match.
Ospreay has he hits that elbow from behind and pins him or takes him out.
And what about Jericho pushing Sammy away after the match was over?
Well, we'll get to that. But Ospreay hits him, takes his armband or elbow pad off, and Jericho turns around and says, "Put it right here," instead of usually on the back of the head where Ospreay hits it, and he knocked that shit out of it. So Ospreay obviously gets the pin. I got this one right. There was no way that Ospreay's debut in AEW was going to have him losing. So, but then Sammy hit Ospreay with the bat, right? Hit Ospreay with the bat. I don't know if that's what upset Jericho earlier in the match or whatever, but he hit Ospreay with the bat and tried to get Jericho the win there, and didn't really work out. But there was a little bit of a pushing, whatever. The only guy who kind of is sticking by Jericho through everything, and he pushes Sammy Guevara away again. So
they're setting up for Sammy to turn on him finally.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do here. I don't know who's going to be baby, who's going to be face. I think Jericho seemed to be baby long enough that he could sing in front of all those people. Maybe we'll see. Maybe he'll go back to being heel. Who knows? So I'll grade this. I'm going to give it a solid A. Not an A plus, but a solid A. This was a good pay-per-view. This is better than what they have been putting out for pay-per-views. We watched a a pay-per-view, whatever that was, a couple months ago that was absolute garbage.
Double or Nothing was absolute garbage.
I would have paid half of Double of Nothing for that. But that was an absolute garbage pay-per-view. This one here, though, I'm going to give it a solid A. It was good pretty much from front to back. Except for this, they would have got an A+ if they would have had a stupid Stampede match.
Yeah.
They would have got an A+ if they would have just made them co-champions.
Oh my God.
I give it a solid B on my end again. Like you said, Stadium Stampede, it'd probably be a little bit higher if they got rid of that. But overall, the stuff what I've seen of it, they did a good job. They actually came out and did better than I thought they were going to do at Wembley. Because from everything leading up to this, it really there wasn't a lot of. There was some build up to certain things, but it just kind of they threw things on the card. They kind of got things a little mix mash in the build up to this, but when they actually executed at Wembley, they did a good job. So I give it a B.
Rick?
Yeah, like I said, B+, and that's only because I didn't actually get to watch the matches in the entirety. I just saw clips of everything. And like I said, I could have cared less about the Stadium Stampede. And I mean, really, other than that, the only match I could have cared less about was CM Punk because you know how much I love him.
Yeah. So, what else? You know what? We're gonna go ahead and I was gonna show off a little thing that I got in the mail the other day, but you know what? We're gonna save it for Friday because with Friday we have an all-out preview,
a payback preview,
and a payback preview. Double
Pack a lunch, Scotty.
Pay-per-views.
Pack a lunch, Scotty.
Yeah, I know.
Gonna be a another long evening. I will not get to watch either one of these.
One sad note that I hate to bring up. Of course, we found out who our third passing of the week was, and it was the legendary Bob Barker.
Yeah,
one of the best hands in the business.
He beat the shit out of Happy Gilmore. Excellent spot in the movie. He made an appearance on Raw. Probably one of the funny segments was him and Jericho doing the Price is Right thing on Raw when he was a guest host. So very sad to learn that Bob has passed. He got as close as he could to $1 without going over.
I heard somebody told me
cheap pop.
If you didn't bring it up, I was going to because I heard that earlier today, and I about died laughing. I was like,
cheap pop.
Well, let's hope we don't lose anybody else. You know, we lost a Briscoe earlier in the year. We lost
Ray, Wyndham, not Wyndham, Funk.
Yeah, we lost. We also who else did we lost somebody else earlier in the year.
Sheik.
Sheiky baby. Yeah, Sheiky.
It's been a pretty bad year for losing of the wrestling family and celebrities.
Yeah,
and good people in general.
Yeah. So.
And one really quick for the '90s kids. Somebody else that we lost. Unfortunately, not wrestling related, but I do want to bring it up anyways. The original voice of Harley Quinn from the Batman series. Ricky, I'm sure you probably got a chance to watch a little bit of that. Jason, you're a little too old, but
talking to a man that has an entire toy store in his
But no, I wish I could. My brain is blanking on her name, and I'm so sorry for that.
I can't remember either.
But I found that out yesterday that she also passed away. So again, it's just like they're dropping like flies, sadly enough, and it's like big part like Bob Barker and the voice of Harley Quinn are like two like things that will always be.
Arlene Sorkin.
Yes, thank you. Arlene, was just because her portrayal of Harley Quinn was the first television portrayal because they created this character specifically for the animated series, and she took it on, made it a character all her own, and Harley has become one of the biggest things in comic book lore and staple for DC. So but it was Arlene that brought it to life and really brought that character out. So it's just definitely, and we lost Kevin Conroy, who was the voice of Batman last year. So sad loss for the DC fans and stuff like that, which there aren't many of them out there, but I still always love the original animated series. But yeah,
I don't watch cartoons. I play with toys.
how can you not? If you play with toys, you should watch cartoons too.
I am interested in this new Turtle movie now, I think.
Yeah, it looks interesting. It looks the animation style is not quite what I'm in. It's not quite what I thought it would be, but I still want to see it because I'm very curious to see the voice cast is amazing from what I've heard. So, but
He's deep in thought.
yeah, Jason.
I just received a $500 PayPal. I just don't know who it was from. Whatever. Anyway, that's going to do it here for Hardway. Again, thank you for joining us on HeadLock Monday. Okay, now I know who it is. Okay. Perfect. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Please go like, subscribe, and share. We need all of your help. We are on our way to. We at 112 right now, so we're 38 away. Is it 38? 38 away from 150. We're trying to get to 150, which would be freaking awesome. We got new shirts coming out. I just put a T-shirt order in today. I ordered some extra ones. They are $20 a piece. I bought some extra larges. And there might be there might be a large in there too. So, but when we do another shirt order, if you want one, you let us know. We'll be rocking them here soon. Scotty's came with 10 poles. The last shirt you bought was a 6X, wasn't it?
No, it was a 4X.
I was like, whoa, Scotty trimming down. Scotty's trimming down. Anyway, that merch is going to be available here soon. So, again, thank you for joining us. For Ricky, for Scotty, we'll see you next time.